should
jump
know them. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going over there by Andy.
Yeah. We have a professional photographer with backdrops and everything.
Right, and we're doing it on iPhones.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Kevin's
two,
Bet's iPhone.
3. Got it.
All right.
You got it going on here. What's this one?
That's way too close is what that is.
The Beatles. The Beatles are the first band I ever heard, and I fell in love and wanted to be in a band ever since.
My older brother Mike would play all these Kiss records and Ted Nugent records, and I remember seeing some shows, going to my first Iron Maiden show, and from that moment I wanted to be in a band.
To me, music is freedom. It's the ultimate freedom of expression, the ultimate high, the ultimate drug. It's everything. It's freedom to be who you want to be and express yourself how you want to express yourself. And even though I guess you're technically judged for it, it doesn't matter because it's yours.
Music to me is my expression through my entire life. Since I was a kid, I knew I wanted to be a songwriter, and it means it's my way of expressing myself, and it is really who I am.
When I discovered guitar at 10 years old, it pretty much kept me out of trouble and doing a lot of the stuff that a lot of my friends were doing, like stealing cars, breaking windows, you know, just out of boredom, really. You know, in our neighborhood, I would run around with these kids and do crazy things, and my conscience would kind of get to me, and I said, man, I just need to go home and play my guitar. And so I feel that music kind of, you know, saved my life and became my life, you know.
I don't remember the first concert because I was born in St. Louis, so I went to Blueberry Hill a lot with my dad and Chuck Berry's bar and saw a lot of like local bands, but the first big show I went to was the White Stripes, and it was fucking awesome. It's the hardest question. The Beatles anthology, because that's kind of the cop-out answer.
Bob Marley legend, because it just makes me feel good. It's a good record.
This is not going to fit on that metal show, but there is a band called It's a Beautiful Day, and they have one genius great album that I love, and that's all it's called. It's Beautiful Day, and that would be my Desert Island Disc.
My only pre-show ritual is to play guitar and maybe have a couple beers. You know, I play guitar for hours before and then have a beer or two.
Have a drink, put on my shoes, but go like this, walk on stage. That's pretty much it.
What makes a band metal is probably a little bit of their attitude and I think a lot of the way that the guitars attack, the tone and the attack of the guitars.
I mean, obviously the sound of it has to have some balls to it in order to classify it as metal, but I think it's an attitude too. It's a mentality of a metal mentality.
Apart from Tesla, I have 5 solo records. World Peace is my latest one, and it's an album that's basically talking about, you know, wishing we could have some peace in this world. But that's a little heavy. But getting away from that, I also have an album called Six String Soldiers, which is more of a guitar-driven album that features Rick Derringer and Dickie Betts and Pat Travers and some of my guitar heroes on it. Another one of my solo albums is called Gypsy Highway, and that's more of a storytelling kind of Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan phase that I went through. I go through a lot of creative phases, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, you know. I can't remain just one guy. I have all these multiple tastes in music.
I met them through our producer Kato, and we started writing together and hit it off kind of immediately, and I heard the 3 of them were in a band together previously, and I heard their band and I went, well, I'm taking your band, I'm writing the songs, and I'm the new singer, so watch this, and 7 years later, here we are. Worked out.
The new record comes out June 9th. We spent a lot of time putting together a lot of songs. We wrote 2 albums. They're going to come out in 2 10-song discs. The first one's called Cauterize, the second one's called Dust, and put a lot into it, and I'm excited for people to hear it. People are liking it so far.
Have a drink, put on my shoes, walk on stage. That's pretty much it.